Hello everyone, this is Timothy Mark with Alexandria.
How's everybody doing today, folks?
And we are Tickle Chunk of Horrors, also known as World Paranormal Research Society. Our website is ticklechunkofhorrors.com. Our email, if you want to contact us, is either World Paranormal Research Society at gmail.com. You email that one if you have any haunted locations you would like for us to investigate, or any other paranormal activities that you would like for us to investigate. Our other Gmail is ticklechunkofhorrors at gmail.com if you would like for us to do anything podcast related or show related, or you have any guests or want to be a guest, or have any questions about one of the guests. Our theme song that you just heard was from Ryan Daughtery out of the UK. His website is ryan-music.com. So we have a very interesting show for you today. Today we're going to talk about Ouija boards. So most people within the paranormal community use this tool as a communication tool to contact the dead or demons or angels. So Alexandria will give you a little history on it.
Okay, folks, it doesn't matter how you slice into it, or, a lot of times even the mere mention of the word Ouija board can strike fear in a lot of people. And really, the Ouija boards have a very strange, mysterious history. Some call it the tool of the devil. Some say it's a harmless family game, or really a fascinating glimpse into the non-conscious mind. And the makers of the first talking board asked the board what they should call it, and apparently this is, as the story goes, the name Ouija came through. So I don't know if you can take that as fact or legend. And when they also asked what it meant, the board replied, "Good luck." So some interesting and just for a lot of you that like history, February 1891 was the first few advertisements that started featuring in the papers, and they used the tagline or the subject line, "Ouija, the wonderful talking board." And it really boomed a Pittsburgh toy and novelty shop, describing it as a magical device that answered questions about the past, present, future with marvelous accuracy. And it also promised the user never failing amusement and recreation for all the classes. And again, a link between the known and the unknown, the material and immaterial. And that's back in 1891, folks, in regards to advertisements, in regards to the Ouija board. And if you can believe it, the price, before it was allowed, the price was $1.50 at that time. And again, that price was advertised in another advertisement in New York newspaper, declaring it interesting and mysterious. Again, at the wallet-breaking price of $1.50, folks.
Yeah, in 1891, that definitely was wallet-breaking. But let's look at who our guest is today. His name is Eric. He's a French-Canadian, and he runs a company called Beatus Lignum. And Beatus Lignum in English means happy tree. He makes Ouija boards out of walnut, and they're very beautifully done Ouija boards. A lot of the Ouija boards that people use today are very cheaply made Ouija boards from like Hasbro or somewhere like that, like really just a game board, and people just buy these things off of Amazon or wherever. But Beatus Lignum, this guy makes well quality Ouija boards out of walnut. And his Ouija boards are actually available on Amazon as well. And if you're a serious paranormal investigator, this will be the board for you.
And since we did mention French Canadian, for all of our listeners out there, it is the weekend in Canada where they celebrate Thanksgiving. So happy Thanksgiving to all of our Canadian listeners this weekend.
Yeah.
They celebrated the whole weekend, including Monday. Happy Thanksgiving weekend.
Happy Thanksgiving. And on another Canadian note, or if you look at Aboriginal note, Alexandria released her third Métis book today, and it is called...
My third book is The Rumblings of Tyranny Within the Métis Nation. The Bannock Does Not Crumble Evenly. And that title in itself with a subtitle is quite the mouthful, but it really describes what the book entails. A lot of detail, folks, factual information. So get your copy today. I'm posting links all over. Don't miss out. Get your copy today, folks.
Yep, definitely get it today. It's a very informative book about what's going on between the Métis people and the Métis government. And actually, if you were to look at any government organization, there's always going to be misappropriations of funds. There's always going to be greed within any government. Actually, any government out there has greed. And a lot of governments do not accurately take care of their people. Alexandria has released 2 Métis books before. And the first one they promoted a little bit. Actually, they really didn't promote it. They only did one post about it, even though it was #1 on Amazon for 3 weeks. And she did news media interviews on the book. When the second one came out, the response was, well, unless there's like a worldwide photo opportunity for them, then they were not going to promote the book. Now, that sounds hard to believe, but however, we put a copy of the email that she got containing those words in the book, and so you can see it with your own eyes, the response that came from the Métis government, and that's corruption at its finest.
And like I said, I'm really tired of the Métis National Council, Manitoba Métis Federation really throwing all of their Métis citizens under the Bannock bus. And I'm not going to spoil any information in regards to the book, but I can tell you it's a must-read for all Métis people. Very controversial, very factual, and full of proof. So I'm not just blowing hot air out of my mouth. Everything that I say in the book can be backed up, folks.
Now, what I'd like to say about our guest coming up, Eric, is he speaks French, so we may have some problems on some of the translations or conversation a little bit. He does speak some English, so we're going to see how this conversation goes. What I will tell you again, if you go and you go to Amazon.com and you type in Beatus, B-E-A-T-U-S, Lignum, L-I-G-N-U-M, type that in, you'll see Ouija boards. Or you can just type in Ouija boards and you'll see the Hasbro ones, and then you'll see the Beatus Lignum ones. And like I said again, I mean, look at the fine quality and very, very good Ouija boards that this guy's putting out.
And they're really considered a unique piece of art. And it's, again, 100% black walnut wood. So it's really more than a tool to open the spiritual doorway. It'll be a piece of art that you want to proudly display on your coffee table, what have you, because it's just beautifully done, and it's laser engraved with a natural oil finish. So it's really eye-catching. That's going to, anybody that comes to pop in to visit is really going to be drawn to that piece of artwork wherever you have it displayed in your home. So more than just a window into the spirit world, it's going to become a very a piece of art, that conversation piece, or like a coffee table conversation piece.
And so what I'm going to do, I just got a message from Eric. He said he's ready anytime, so we're going to go ahead and give him a call. Again, he's out of Canada, and let's go ahead and give him a call here.
Yes.
Hello, is this Eric?
Yes, this is Eric.
Hey Eric, this is Timothy Mark with Alexandria. You're on the Tickle Trunk of Horror show. How you doing today?
I'm fine, thank you. And you?
We're doing very well, very well. We were just talking about your Ouija boards that you have and how beautiful they are, and how they're made out of walnut, and they're very good workmanship on the boards.
Yeah, thank you.
How long have you been producing the Ouija boards?
Oh, it's maybe just 3 years. It's new. It's almost new.
Yeah, but they're very good. We actually recommend it for all paranormal researchers. What got you into making Ouija boards?
Well, I will repeat that. I will try not to make you repeat some questions because I'm French, so I have to think in English.
Okay.
It's not easy. Okay. I didn't choose to make Ouija. The Ouija chose me to make it. You know.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
I bought a laser machine. I wanted to do some artistic work with the machine, and I was browsing on the web, and I saw a Ouija on a T-shirt. I said, hey, this would look nice on a piece of wood instead of cardboard and with a print on it. And when you use it, you can also put it on the wall when you finish. It's a good-looking piece of art also. It's not only a board. It's a beautiful board.
Yeah, it's very beautiful. And the question that I have for you is, and for the people listening out there, is can they request something specific in addition to the board that you could put on the board for them?
You mean to make their own board?
No.
Can you repeat that question?
Yeah. Could the customers request a something custom, like if they wanted another name?
Yeah. They can ask me anything they want on the board, and I will do it.
Oh, that is awesome.
They can send their drawing, and I can make it on the board.
Yeah, so there you go. He will, if you submit your own drawing, he will put it on the board for you as well.
Yeah. I can make also photos on the board. Maybe a photo of grandfather or grandmother or someone you want to call visually.
Yeah.
I can print. Yeah, I can print a picture. It's not printed. It's engraved.
Let me ask you this question. They're all made out of walnut, correct?
No. I do walnut, purple heart, cherry wood, and paddock, African paddock wood.
Okay.
People prefer the walnut because of the tint, the better color. It's going from gold to brown. This one is people prefer this one.
Yeah, I love the walnut. I haven't seen the cherry one yet, but the cherry one seems like it would be a great one as well.
Yeah, because it has a high contrast.
Yeah. When you were a kid, were you into any like paranormal or horror films or anything of that nature?
No, because my parents were very religious, so it was out of a question to have a Ouija in the house at this moment. And the only thing I was able to have is a crucifix.
Wow.
And I cannot put it upside down also. So you know.
Mm-hmm.
So because of my parents, it was too much religious for that. So as a kid, no, I didn't have a Ouija or play with a Ouija. I didn't have a chance to play with that.
Yeah.
But maybe when you're a kid, you're not as wise as I am now.
Yeah. So your parents, so did you grow up in Canada?
Yeah.
Yeah. What part of Canada are you from, Eric?
I'm in Quebec.
Quebec. Okay. Okay.
I'm 15 minutes from the border, USA border.
Okay. Right on. Alexandria, she's from Canada as well. Manitoba.
Oh, that's great.
Yes, so I remember going through Quebec when we were a child. We would go on trips across Canada in a travel trailer, and we did pass through Quebec. It is a very beautiful province, and I like how I mean, my mother is French. So she loved the opportunity to, French was her first language, so she loved the opportunity to be able to express herself in French and have all the traffic signs and everything French first. So Quebec is a very wonderful province, and I wanted to commend you on, I was looking at the Ouija boards that are with the laser. It is a wonderful piece of artwork that would be an eye-catcher conversation piece in your home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I made the Ouija, because at first I was attracted by the look of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, not the original one, because it's made of cardboard. the one that people all know, the one with a cardboard with the print on it. I'm just talking about that one.
Yes.
Hey, if let me ask you this: if people call you up with a custom order, how long would it take before they could receive the product?
Well, actually, if the drawing is done and all the picture, all the computering stuff is done, it will add it 6 days. It takes 6 days to add it. Approximately 6 days. So maybe if they send the photos and the design, maybe just 3 days more. So we can say 10 days.
10 days. That's a really good turnaround.
10 days. Yeah. If I receive their stuff, they will receive the Ouija in 10 days.
Oh, that is awesome. I like the fact that you have boards. Not all your boards are like rectangle. I like the fact that you have different designs for the boards.
Yes, I have a few designs. I'm trying to do more design when I have time.
Right. So right now, where are most of your customers coming from? Are they Canada, America, or do you ship overseas? Where are the majority of your customers?
The majority of my customers in the United States.
Oh, wow.
All over United States. All over United States.
Wow.
Yeah, that's awesome. And you gain some more customers with us because we're going to be ordering a board from you as well. And
thank you.
Yeah.
Mention your name. I will make you a special prize for you.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
But I think the thing that we find interesting, and I know our listeners will, is that you've taken a concept that is out there already, and you've really given it an artistic flair and a sense of class to it. So it's like taking something, an old idea, and you've brought new life into the board, where it's like literally a piece of art that you could hang on your wall.
Exactly. That's two meanings that you can call spirit with, and you can use it as a decoration in your house.
Yeah. Let me ask you something, Eric. Up in where you at in Quebec, do you ever participate in any Halloween festivals?
No, I didn't do that. No.
You never went trick or treating or anything?
Yeah, no, only when I was a kid, but not with my Ouija. No.
Oh, okay.
I'm like an old man in a cave. I'm near a wood. The city where I live in is only 1,500 people living in.
Oh, wow.
It's very calm. It's peaceful. It's a peaceful place. It's just the right place to make Ouija.
Wow, that's awesome.
A neutral environment.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, and all my Ouija is made with they make musical instruments with this wood.
Out outside of Ouija boards, do you have any other products that you're making?
Well, I'm making also Pendulum Board.
Right.
Yeah.
So a pendulum board, for our listeners that are not familiar with a pendulum board, is that you hang a pendulum over a board and it answers questions by which way the pendulum swings, correct?
Correct.
Yes.
And how it rotates around a letter also.
Yes.
Oh,
I think it can turn around also.
Yes.
that's awesome. I like.
It's like the Ouija, but smaller, different. It's not a planchette. It's a pendulum.
Yeah, you have beautiful planchettes as well. I really like those. They look really nice.
Yeah, I made a new planchette. I think you didn't saw them. One of my customers complained it was too small, so I did make it them a little bigger.
Okay. They were they were probably using a lot of people.
Yes.
They had a big Ouija party.
Yes, maybe. Well, you can use Ouija alone also, because when I want to use Ouija, nobody wants to use it with me. So they are all scared about Ouija. You should not be scared if you use it correctly.
Correct. That's good. You've said the perfect words. As long as you use something correctly, there's nothing to fear.
Yeah.
Hey, Eric, how would you recommend for the people listening out there, how would you recommend them to use it the proper way, the correct way?
The correct way to use the Ouija? No, I don't have to tell them how to use it because there's so many type of person. They all use it their own way. So I don't think there's a single way to use a Ouija board. Some use it for bad stuff, some use it for good stuff. If you want to be protected, there's a pentagram on the board already, so some believe that the pentagram is protected from evil.
Actually, it does. A lot of people don't realize that in the time of King Solomon, the pentagram was a symbol of good, and it was a symbol of protection, especially against demonic forces. And it was only later on, closer to our time, modern times, that it was converted and people were using it for bad. But originally, it was a good thing.
Yeah, it was a good thing because it has five spikes. It's like the end of our limbs. It's 5 fingers, 5 toes. We have 5 senses. It is water, fire, earth, and spirit.
Now, I like your name of your company, Beatus Lignum.
Beatus Lignum. It's a Latin word. It means blessed wood.
Blessed wood?
Blessed wood. Yeah.
Oh, that is awesome. See, I thought it meant happy tree. Like, I Googled it to see what the translation was, and I seen happy tree. So, but in Latin, it means blessed wood.
Yeah, it means blessed wood.
Okay, awesome.
And you say it Beatus Lignum.
Yeah, Beatus Lignum. Am I right?
Lignum, yeah. It's Latin. I thought the word sound nice.
Now let me ask you this: Are you since you're using Latin words, are you into different religious practices?
No. No, not at all.
Oh, okay. Well, man, I'll tell you what. And so for people out there, wanting to order your boards, how do you recommend them to order it? Do you think they should contact? What is the best way for them to order the boards?
The best way for the customer, if they want to be safe, if they are scared, you can buy it on Amazon. I'm selling them on Amazon.com. Also, they can go to directly in my site. It is PhoenixCreation.com.
Right, PhoenixCreation.com, and and that's where they can ask for the custom orders.
Yeah. contact and send me an email of what they want, and I will answer them.
Okay, awesome.
I had a quick question too in regards to the beautiful walnut that you're currently using. Where do you get your wood? Is it in Canada? Is it a local source where you're getting your wood? Because it's has beautiful grain.
This was very hard to find wood. I have a friend who's making guitars.
Guitars,
and
yeah.
I asked him, guitar, and I asked him, where do you get your wood? Because he has some beautiful pieces. So he told me that he bought his wood in a lumber shop in Ontario.
Okay.
Well, yeah, because well, Ontario and even Quebec, yeah.
Yeah, y'all have a lot of different trees up there, and y'all have a lot of good quality wood up in Canada.
Yeah. Yes, also. But no, we all like exotic wood also. So like the African paddock wood, it is orange color.
Yeah, I want to take a look at that. Is that on your website?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can see paddock wood, cherry. You will see all the kind of wood I've used.
Okay. We got a question that we typically ask all of our guests, because we are the Tickle Trunk of Horror show, and I'd like to ask you the same question I ask every one of our guests. What would be your favorite candy? Halloween candy.
My favorite Halloween candy. That is a hard question, I think. I would say Smarties.
What did you say? Smarties?
Yeah.
Oh, they're very good. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you only eat the red ones last?
Yeah, sure.
He said yes. Yeah, sure.
It's a rule. You have to.
You have to. Yeah. All right. Well.
Well, I forgot to say that I have I know there are two rules that when you use a Ouija board that I didn't say later. When you use a Ouija board, you must not ask for a question about God. This is one of the rules of Ouija. It's all the rules. It is all rules of Ouija board, and you must not use it on a crime scene or in a cemetery. The third rule is the planchette must stay on board till you say good, till it lands on goodbye. You don't have to let the planchette out of the board when you play with it.
Okay, so what you said, there's 3 rules. Never use it in a cemetery or a crime scene.
Yeah.
And never let your hands off the planchette until you say goodbye.
No, it's the planchette. Don't lift the planchette out of the board till you say goodbye.
Oh, don't let the planchette off of the board until you say goodbye. Okay.
Yeah, and don't leave the planchette on the bed if you don't use it. And don't ask on future deaths or someone or yourself. And always be nice with the spirit.
Okay.
But the first rule is you got to believe. You got to believe for it to work. If you don't believe, don't use the Ouija. You must believe.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's just like magic. If you don't believe in magic, there is no magic won't happen. So just like everything, you have to have a belief in something and be open-minded.
Yeah, I think it is very hard to use a Ouija because you have to think about nothing. Did you try to think about nothing? It is hard to think about nothing. It's like meditation.
Yeah.
For me, in my brain, I'm always thinking about something. You know?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
It's hard to not think about something. So using a Ouija, I think it's hard for this reason. It's because you have to not to think about anything. So you only let go your hand. That's it.
Let me ask you this question. Since you're a manufacturer of Ouija boards, you must have a lot of them around your house.
Yeah, and I'm the only one doing it. I don't have employees.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Maybe I have 30 boards around the house. I have a piano. They have 3 or 4 on the piano. And on the kitchen table, I have some Ouija. On my desk, we have some Ouija. In my room, I have Ouija in every place in my house.
That is awesome.
Do you do, because I know sometimes Canada has different kind of conferences or trade shows and even festivals. Do you do any selling at festivals anywhere in Canada?
No, I didn't do that. I don't know why. I'm not attracted with that. I don't know why. I don't know.
Hey.
I think it's like more like show off, or I'm not like that. I'm more an artist, and to showing that, I don't know. No, I didn't think about that. Not for now.
Hey Eric, I got a feeling after this podcast you're gonna have a lot of orders coming in.
Okay.
Well, we have a lot of people or acquaintances and friends that we have that work in the spiritual world, and I think having one of your boards as tools for them would really set them apart from the competition.
Yes, for sure.
Very unique.
Because yes, and it's very unique.
And let me tell you something. You speak really good English, man. This is really good. I mean, I can appreciate the fact that we're having, because I can't speak any French, so I can appreciate the fact that you speak English.
Well, thank you.
That's. Have you ever been to France?
To France? No.
No.
I never been to France. I have some friends in France, but no.
Yeah.
I'm born in Canada.
Yeah. That's when we go up there, we may stop in and visit you because we're gonna be going up there shortly. And
Okay, that's my call.
yeah, but we're gonna definitely do a custom order from you, and we'll get back in touch with you. You got anything else you want to say to the customers out there?
Just want to say to them to be careful when using the Ouija board and to believe, so it would work. I think that the best Ouija board is made of wood. Not necessarily my Ouija board, but I think the best Ouija board is made in wood.
I agree with you. And,
because wood really has an energy, has the earth's energy, and plastic or really is not a conductor of energy, and wood was alive.
Yeah, that's why they make musical instruments with that also.
Yes.
No?
Okay, Eric.
Yeah.
All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to attach a link to the to your website, to our podcast show. And whenever this is wrapped up and done, I'm going to send you the appropriate links, and we'll get back with you with our order, okay?
Oh, thank you.
All right, thank you for joining the show, man. We really appreciate it.
No problem.
All right,
Have a nice day.
You too. Bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Okay, that was Eric with Beatus Lignum, and that's again, if you're gonna buy a Ouija board, all right, this is what I don't understand. You got all these paranormal investigators out there who are buying cheap tools. They go get an EMF detector because they see one on TV, when really, doesn't it make common sense? For those of you who do not know out there what it's electrical magnetic field detection is what an EMF device is, and so wouldn't it make common sense to use a professional grade EMF detector? The true companies, let me put it to you this way, the true paranormal investigation teams, the ones who are true researchers, use that. The hobby ghost hunters will use the cheaper equipment. They'll use what they see on TV as far as like a cheap EMF detector or something like that. I recommend Klein tools. You can go to Home Depot and you get a Klein meter. You're going to pay a little bit more money, but you're going to get accurate readings, and it's not going to go to crap. Same thing with the Ouija board. If you're a serious paranormal researcher, why would you use a cheap board, and why would you not use something that was once living, a wood board, especially a wood board that's made up in Quebec, Canada, by Beatus Lignum, Eric himself. It's just beautiful boards, and I think that these boards are specific to the true paranormal researcher. If I'm ever around a paranormal research team and they pull out a Hasbro Ouija board, you know, at that point I've already lost interest in them.
Well, let's just, you know, the saying that everybody's aware of out there, you get what you paid for. So your equipment or any tools of your trade in your tickle trunk of horrors should be an investment, folks. Don't run out to the dollar store and, oh, I got this on sale. You know, you bet your bottom dollar it's not going to last. It's going to fall apart. Who would want to have one of your tools of the trade fall apart during an investigation? Come on. I mean, this Ouija board is a piece of art. What an eye-catching piece. I mean, you would really set yourself apart from your other tarot card readers, your other psychics or medium, if you had a one-of-a-kind, custom-made Ouija board. I mean, good
You could
God.
even put your company name on it, your team name on it. He said if you have a deceased loved one, you could put their portrait on there. There's so many things that he can do with the boards. But what gets me is, even if you just get the regular traditional wording on the board and the traditional designs on the board, it is laser engraved into the wood. And if you really want to, you need to use every advantage you can at communicating with the spirits, with the demons, etc. Whatever you're trying to reach out to, your loved ones or whoever, every advantage you can get. And this board definitely gives you a higher advantage than something that's cheaply made. This is a very quality board.
And it's a purchase that you'll be able to use as a piece of art too. And I mean, why not set yourself apart from everybody else? Be unique, be your own person. Don't be a sheep, be a leader. And I mean, having something made out of wood or plastic. Wood was alive, it was part of nature. I mean, good grief, I would surely pick something, you know, wood opposed to a cheap plastic knockoff. Or everybody can go to the store and buy a cheap plastic Ouija board. And it goes to show you, Eric did explain how to use a board properly, and it's with any other tool that you have. Use the tool properly and you have nothing to fear. There was so much negative hype about Ouija boards. I'm so sick and tired of it.
Well, let's look at the advice he gave. Never use it at a crime scene. Never use it in a graveyard. And he said never let the planchette itself leave the board until you say goodbye. And so those are some advice that he gave to people that's wanting to use the Ouija board.
And it all comes down to respect. All those three points mean respect.
Yeah, so you know, definitely if you're looking for a good quality piece of wood that's made into a Ouija board that can be used as art as well around your home, and it's reasonably priced, very affordable, this will be the board for you. You get what you pay for. And only people, like, if you have a good car mechanic, he's going to have good tools. He's not going to have like cheap tools. He's going to have good tools. If you want to be a good paranormal researcher, you need to have good tools. If that's your trade, you need to have the best tools that you can have to be in the industry, not some cheap tools. And this Ouija board is definitely a part of any paranormal team's toolkit. And we had Eric on from Beatus Lignum because he quite simply makes the best quality, best Ouija board on the market today. I've researched it, and this is the best that I found.
And the best again is it's custom. He can do custom orders with the engraving. And I mean, you know, the holiday season coming up, for that person that has everything, why not get a custom made, beautifully walnut, and it's actually stained Ouija board. Absolutely wonderful, and I can't think of a better gift that is a custom made out of something, a living wood.
So that's gonna pretty much wrap it up for us today. You got anything else you want to add? Or?
Again, to everybody in Canada who is celebrating, Happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy the time with your family and friends, and be thankful for everything that you do have. And us at Tickle Trunk of Horrors are always very, very thankful for each and every one of our very unique guests and for our listeners out there.
That's it.
Goodbye.
So, yep. Bye.